Hello, welcome to this episode of our YouTube channel where we are always diving into issues and interesting topics that affects our mind, our body, and our well-being. We know you've been following us in our previous videos, but hey, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share the video. Today, we want to look at one of the most interesting issues that is affecting many lives and affecting a lot of people out there in the world. But I want to ask you a question. Are you happy taking the numerous medications over the counter? Are you happy with the kind of conditions, the millions and thousands of cedars it is costing you to purchase medications? What is the distressing moments that you are going through as a result of those medications you are taking? There is a medications that goes beyond just the over-the-counter medication. And joining me on this episode has always been our lecturer and clinical neuropsychologist in the person of Dr. Daniel Mienza, who happens to be in the Department of Education and Psychology, University of Cape Coast. Doc, you're welcome to this episode, and I'm very happy to have you again on the set.
Thank you for having me, Humphrey. Thank you.
Wow, Doc. So, Doc, there are a lot of issues that we know that when it comes to medication, people really think that the only best way to recover from their illness or mental issues is over-the-counter drugs, or people are really happy when they go to the hospital and they are in expectance that the doctor will prescribe medications for them. But we know that we have something we call behavioral medicine, lifestyle medicine. But to our world out there, maybe to a layman, he's not aware of what behavioral medicine can play an instrumental role within his life as compared to the traditional medicines we've been taking. So from your own perspective as a practicing clinical psychologist, what is behavioral medicine? Or when we talk about lifestyle medicine, what is it all about, Doc?
Lifestyle medicine, behavior medicine, aside the chemical substances that have been produced that are put in the chemical shops, pharmacies that will go and buy, there is some other medication which people don't take really seriously, and that medication is behavior medicine, lifestyle medicine, as you've mentioned. So we have been deceived actually to believe that it's only when a chemical pill is given to you, put in your mouth, that you've taken medication. But let's look at this man, the father of medicine, Hippocrates. Said, "Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine
be thy food."
Yeah, that's true. So what he was trying to say with that one is that even the way we eat is medicine in itself.
Wow.
Right? And the foods we eat.
Wow.
Right? Let thy medicine be thy food, and thy food thy medicine. Telling you that there are things that we can do which are actually medicinal or drug to the body.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is what we want to delve into.
Okay.
That are there any medications that we can take or we can do? Things that we can do, right?
Yeah.
Or things that we must not do. Which are actually medicinal to our bodies, or to our physical health, our mental health, and our social well-being, everything. Are there things that we can just do and they become medicinal to our body? Are there things that we shouldn't do and they become medicinal to our body in terms of healing the body? Because when it comes to healing the body, there's no really a formula. And so far as the thing that you are doing or not doing heals the body, it is medicine. So our understanding of medicine, as we've been given, that many patients go to the hospital and their understanding of medicine is to give me the prescription, let me go and buy the chemical and take. That is a drug. There are many other prescriptions that doctors are giving that they don't pay attention. Not only doctors, psychologists, clinical psychologists, and so on and so forth are giving a lot of behavior or lifestyle medicine. Patients tend to ignore that and only focus on the chemical pill. And that is what we want to talk about. What are the things that people can do, or what are the things that people should not do that will boost their health, that will be medicinal to their body and heal the body? So the title of this video that we are doing is, are there medications that we don't necessarily have to buy, which can boost your health? And the answer is yes. There are dozens and dozens of medications that we don't have to buy, but they are the actual healers. of our bodies.
Wow, Doc. So it's quite interesting for viewers and myself to even know that there is a medication that we can purchase that comes with much of a positive benefit without any side effects, because we know that a lot of drugs comes with a whole lot of side effects. And just as Doc you'd mentioned in your introductory statement of explaining what behavioral medicine is, you said something, what are some of the things that we can do that can promote our healthy life? So we want to find out, Doc, what are these key things, or what are some of the lifestyle medicines that as individuals or people who are battling illnesses can actually adopt that could help them recover from their illness? Or even as healthy individuals out there, what are some of the things we can do so that we don't fall ourselves into adverse effects of certain chronic illnesses that can affect our mental health?
Like you rightly said, the medicines of this time that can boost our health, that can give us long life, we take them one after the other.
Yeah, sure.
The first medicine that we don't have to buy in this time to ensure to have good health is having good relationships.
Good relationships.
Good relationships, as opposed to toxic relationships, bad relationships. So making sure that you have good relationships actually ensures good mental and physical health. The evidence that good relationships can actually lead to, longer life and give us good health, both mental and physical health, is that by the Harvard study of adult development and aging. The 80-year-old study by Harvard on adult development and aging, they show that which predict, they studied, so many people from the university for over 80 years to check those who die earlier and look at those who die earlier and those who live longer and look at what makes them live longer. And what they found out is that which makes people live longer is good relationships. Above any other factor.
Wow.
And in their 2023 book that they published called The Good Life, we have that information in there, that good relationships is actually what made people live longer. I see. The people who have people that they chat with, they talk to, and it's fun talking to such people, laughing with them, right? This kind of good relationship is actually what sustains the lives of the people who live longer.
Wow.
Right? Compared to people who have toxic relationships.
Wow.
So families where you are being fought, friends who are undermining you, who are fighting you, these are toxic relationships. Or being in a relationship or marital relationship with someone who is undermining and destroying you, not supporting you, these are toxic relationships. And those are the things that actually kill people, according to the Harvard study of adult development and aging, that longer life is based on having good relationships.
Wow. So Doc, that means that when an individual is in a mess up relationship, a relationship that is not really, promoting his or her mental health, is actually good enough for him to exit the relationship, regardless of the bond that has been established.
Either they repair the relationship, or they resolve whatever issues they have in that relationship and make it a good relationship. That is fun to be in.
Yeah.
That is enjoying to be in that relationship.
Yeah.
Or they leave.
Wow.
Right? Because from the Harvard study of adult development and aging, good relationships is what predicts longer life. It means that it boosts your mental health and it also boosts your physical health.
Wow. So Doc, how then can we build a very strong and meaningful relationship?
Good relationship?
Yeah, good relationship.
It's simple.
Yes.
You can build it, of course, not just with intimate relationships.
Yeah.
But you just have to ensure that the relationships that you belong to are the good ones. Of course, you can't really determine what the other person will do in a relationship. You can only relate nicely with people and expect that they relate nicely to you too. But what if upon all your trials, if you support them, they don't support you, you try to laugh with them, you try to play with them, you try to have that conversation, they're not responding, you cannot be in such a relationship. You have to be where you are wanted. You have to be where you can laugh and play with people and enjoy that kind of relationship. So if it's an intimate relationship, then these are the skills that you want to show your partner or any other person, that let's relate nicely to each other. Just having a nice relationship with ourselves, talking, laughing and playing, will ensure our health. That is what it means. So it's not a question of really building, it's a question of course, teaching whoever is a partner to you in a relationship, whether intimate or normal relationship, that let's be nice to each other And that alone is enough for longer life.
Wow, let us be very nice to each other, because according to Dr. Mienza, is of the view that good relationship is one of the best behavioral or lifestyle medicine that can promote your mental health, not necessarily about the over-the-counter medicine we take. Doc, is there any other, behavioral medicine? And because I think good relationship is one part of the behavioral medicine.
So many
Enlighten us.
so many lifestyle medicines, right?
Okay.
Which would ensure our health, which is not necessarily a chemical.
Okay.
The next one I want to talk about is sleep medicine.
Sleep.
Sleep is a medicine, and there's a scientific field called sleep medicine because of the importance of sleep in healing our bodies. It's an ancient healer that we know that when we sleep, the body heals us in terms of our mental health. There are so many scientific studies showing that when we sleep, at night especially, 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night helps to deal with depression, anxiety, stress. And these guys are some of the number one killers of people in this time, right? Sleep has also been shown to heal the body in many ways in terms of our physical health.
Okay.
It helps us to control our weight. And when our weight is controlled, our risk for type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure is also reduced.
Wow. So there is an episode on sleep, that is insomnia, that you can actually check out on. That would be a great information for your use. But Doc, let's extend it more. Looking at behavioral medicine, we've talked about, sleep. Yes, we've also had a look at the first point you mentioned. So we want to look at physical activity, whether it's one of the important aspects of the overall medication, because today, because of our sedentary lifestyle, our office work and all those stuffs, people find it very difficult, getting on exercise. People really doesn't know the impacts that physical activity can have over our lifestyle.
Of course,
So share with us.
Physical activity is actually one of the medicines of at this time that we don't really have to buy.
Okay.
There's a saying that the moving body is a healthier body.
Yeah.
The human body was built to move, not to stay at one place. Unfortunately, the modern lifestyle has made us become very sedentary. We are living a sedentary lifestyle where we sit in cars for a longer time. We sit in our seats to work the whole day without movement. No wonder there are so many chronic illnesses in this time. So we've come to understand that exercising or engaging in physical activity is actually really helpful, for our bodies, right? For example, exercising will help you to control your weight. When your weight is controlled, your risk for type 2 diabetes is lower. Exercising will help you to reduce your risk for heart problems, because the more you exercise, you reduce your weight, you deal with mental health problems, the better. Depression, anxiety, stress have been shown to be under control, get to very reduced forms when people are engaging in physical activity or exercise. So physical activities like walking, even walking, even small jogging can do the trick. We just have to make sure that we have a lot of movement in our daily life. The body moves and the body tries better. Our physical health and mental health is very, very ensured when we are physically active.
Wow. So Doc, is there any estimated amount of, exercise that an individual is supposed to do in order to build a very healthy lifestyle?
The more the better. The more the better. We wouldn't really put any estimate on it. Just make sure you are having some physical activity. That you are not sitting in car for too long. That you are not sitting in the office for too long. That you are not sitting as a student the whole day learning. Just make sure your body is getting some movement, because any small movement is exercise for the body. And the more movement we have, the better for our mental health and also for our physical health. And this is, again, medicine that we don't have to buy.
Wow. This is, again, a medicine that we don't have to buy. So, Doc, let's look at some of the, now the youth are really, really, really into a whole lot of, alcoholism, smoking, and all those stuffs. Yes. So we just want to find out whether does alcohol smoking contribute to a complicated mental health problem, and what are some of the behavioral medications that can, help in place of this alcohol and smoking among the youth?
So, like we said, lifestyle medicine, there are certain things you have to do, which is medicine to the body, helps the body. There are certain things you don't have to do, which is also medicine to the body. So if you don't do them, it becomes medicine. Smoking of cigarette or any other substances is one of those things that you don't have to do. If you don't do them, you are giving medicine to your body, right? So smoking cigarette, for example, has been shown to be a huge risk factor for many health conditions, including lung cancer, for example. And the sad part is that they said that even those who don't smoke, the secondhand smokers, they are also at risk from the hazards of smoking cigarettes.
This is very serious.
And smoking has also been shown to be a huge risk factor for many heart problems, that including high blood pressure, as we talk about. Telling you that if we can cut down on smoking, high blood pressure, heart problems, we are good. Lung cancer, and we don't have any issues with that. And so stopping smoking of cigarette or any other substance is also medicine to your body.
Wow, but Doc, I'm a bit dicey here. I'm a Christian, and then I'm living an upright life, and I have a neighbor who is smoking, and looking at the neighbor smoking, and then me being diagnosed with a lung cancer. I just don't understand why someone who is doing his own smoking and realize the case, they have to be affected.
It's an unfair world.
Yes, it's an unfair world.
It's a substance the person is smoking. Wow. The world makes it legal somehow. It passes through the air, you start smoking like them as well.
I see.
Yeah, and you're even at more risk than the one who smokes it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, Doc, in such a situation where people are living with individuals smoking, what is the best advice you could give to them?
Move away from that location.
Wow.
Because you can't go and catch the smoke, so move away from the location.
Oh, but the many amount of money I've spent on my rents,
and the world can offer is to make sure that people stop smoking.
Okay.
But unfortunately, WHO is not enforcing that people should stop smoking.
Wow.
So you need to protect yourself then.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. So, Doc, let's look at nutrition. Yeah, food has been the mother of all since ages. Yes, and most of the time, every time that you go to the hospital, if it's not about a related food causing a disease, then it's about this and that, and now we have a lot of junky foods and fatty foods, Indomie, spaghetti, fried rice, and the likes. And it's like that is more of an easy to get food among the youth now, and that many chronic illnesses like diabetes and the such is affecting many youth now. So we want to educate the world out there, from you being a practicing clinical psychologist and looking at behavioral medicine. Can you highlight more on nutrition?
Nutrition is very important. Like we said in the beginning of this video, let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food, which is a popular saying many people know. Telling you that food is actually medicine.
Wow.
So that we need to watch the ones that we eat, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So let's talk about, for example, eating the junk foods, as you've mentioned. They are huge risk factors for many conditions.
Okay.
Excessive weight gain, type 2 diabetes, many heart conditions as a result of eating junk foods. Right? What are the good foods that people have to eat?
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables have been shown to be the most important foods that we eat and we need for the body, right? Because they contain, minerals that the body needs.
Yeah.
Antioxidants that makes us good in terms of our physical health and our mental health.
Wow.
From nutritional psychiatry, we know that eating fruits and vegetables would definitely help you deal with depression, anxiety, and many other mental health conditions. So now we have a field called nutritional psychiatry, which looks at the foods that we eat that boost our mental health, and fruits and vegetables are one of them.
Okay.
Right? And so on and so forth. So looking at foods, we would also talk about fish.
Okay.
Taking adequate amounts of fish is also very good for the body because fish contains omega-3 fatty acids, which is good for the brain health.
Yeah.
The health of your brain. Yeah. For your brain to function at the optimum level, you need a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, which we can find more in fishes.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Still talking about food, we talk about salt and then sugar. These are some of the number one killers of this time. These two people that I've just mentioned, salt and sugar.
Salt and sugar
can cause risk factors for many other conditions.
Okay.
Including high blood pressure, heart problems, excessive weight gain, type 2 diabetes. So many conditions are dependent, or the risk factor for so many physical health and mental health conditions. We talk about salt, and then we talk about sugar. Unfortunately, these are the things that we are taking a lot in our time too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so Doc, we want to find out from you what is the best solution, or what can we do as individuals out there in order for us to have a complete well-being in terms of physical, mental, I mean, a total well-being of the individual. What is the better advice that you can give to people who are watching us as far as behavioral
Let not see
medication is?
medicine as the chemical that is always prescribed at the hospital that you need to go and buy. The ones that the doctors have been seeing, the ones that the house psychologists have been seeing, the ones that the clinical psychologists have been seeing about the behaviors we have to do to ensure behavior, things that we don't have to do, we need to take them seriously.
Okay.
For example, you talk about risky sexual behaviors.
Wow.
One of the killers of this time, or the best killers of this time, is risky sexual behaviors. Having multiple sexual partners. Many people are dying as a result of that because we know the risk that comes with it.
Yeah.
So many diseases because of risky sexual behaviors. Unfortunately, there's a generation that is engaging a lot in risky sexual behaviors, right? So there are a number of things that we can talk about here, which are behaviors that we have to do. We've already mentioned some, those that we don't have to do, and these are also medicines. If you go to the hospital, they tell you that you need to exercise. That is medicine you've been given. If they tell you that you need sleep, that is medicine that you've been given. That if they tell you that drink more water, water is also medicine because it helps your body flush a lot of toxins or poisons from the body, right? It also helps to, control our sugar levels within the body, which we don't need too much in the body.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These are all medicine. So let's move away from the idea that the only medicine a doctor gives is the one that they say go and buy a chemically, take it, put water on it, that is medicine. No, there are behaviors that are medicinal. There are things that we don't have to do that are also medicinal to the body for long life.
Wow. Let us move away from the idea that the only medication that could actually help us is only the traditional medicine that the doctor has prescribed for you. Today's episode has been with me with Dr. Daniel Mieza. He has exposed us to behavioral medicine, and there are certain things that you'd have to do and the things that you don't have to do that could contribute to a complete well-being of yours. Join us in our next episode as we look into our mental health. Thanks for joining us.